Please enjoy the following 90-minute adult video.
Did it do? Did it do? Did do? No, only joking, guys. Hi guys, it's Adam here and welcome to the second episode of Thursday Talks. I've just got some of the questions up on the screen, so I'm just going to read off a few of those. But mainly this episode will be about taxation. I had someone called Ryan Senior ask, I'll just read it off the screen now. Please can you help me? What do I need to do to start a business up, and what's the tax limit? So basically, to start a business up, it's the easiest thing in the world, but everyone thinks, oh god, it's some big thing, and even I did. But you literally go on, I think it's gov.co.uk, I think that's who I went through anyway, and then they send you to a different website, which is basically HMRC's website, and you input certain data. It's not accounting data or anything like that, it's nothing complex, it's nothing about tax, it's literally just when did you start the business, what's your name, what's some of your information, where's the business operating from, so wherever the address of the business is operating from, and a few other sort of menial questions that are easy to answer. And then that's it. Essentially, your own business. You've got your business. I think there's a little bit more to it if you want to be a limited company or a PLC or something like that. But if you just want to be a sole trader, it's as simple as that, and that's the easy part. And then at the end of each financial year in April, I think it's April the 5th, I'm not quite sure, but I think it is April the 5th, HMRC will write to you, and then they'll ask you to perform a self-assessment tax return. And yes, it probably is as complicated as it sounds for people doing it first time. I've actually never done one, but I've done tons of research on it, and I will be doing my first one in April. I've probably read through the previous tax return hundreds of times, and I've done loads of different independent research, and it is quite a baffling subject at first. So yeah, what can I say about the tax return? Generally, it's a large document, sort of to say the least, but there is a lot you don't have to fill in if you're just a sole trader and you're only making a certain amount. It's not going to be too hard, but there are sections of it that you need to add into the tax return, and there's other sections you don't need to worry about. So for example, if in the last financial year you've had employment, then obviously that needs to be added into the tax return, and there is a section on employment, and it basically says where were you employed, what date did you finish employment, how much did you earn there, and this is all to basically add to your personal allowance, if you like. So you get a personal allowance of £10,600. I believe it's 10,600. I did just do a bit of research, and that's what I found. And I know it used to be 10,000, but anyway, that 10,600 is your limit, basically, of tax-free income. Now, that limit, obviously, any previous employment from the same tax year will be included in that limit. So say you had £5,000 of employment, of the money you've got from employment, and then in the same year you started your business, that 5,000 you had from employment will automatically count towards your personal allowance. So therefore, if you earn over 5,600 in net profit with the business, then in that tax year you will then get taxed. The tax rate will be 20%, and then obviously it goes up from there. You also have to be aware of Class 2 national insurance and Class 4 national insurance. Now Class 2 you have to start paying around 4,400 Don't quote me on that, but that's one for your research. It's around that anyway. And class 4 at around, I think it's 6,000 and something. And there are exemptions from that, so there's reasons why you may not have to pay that if you're under certain circumstances. But yeah, you would probably generally have to pay that. Over £70,000 of, I don't know whether it's turnover or net profit, but I believe it's turnover. Yeah, I would imagine it's turnover. So then you have to register for VAT, so for VAT purposes, and then you'll get your 20% VAT on. I don't think it would be all your items; it'd be certain items, because obviously certain items are exempt from VAT. And then I use what's known as cash basis accounting, which is an accounting method for small businesses that makes it easier for people who maybe don't have an accountant but want to do the accounting for themselves, or just maybe fancy doing a bit of accounting for themselves, or want to sort of keep track of their own records in a more personal way. So basically you have to be below 82,000 turnover per annum per year. So I'm under that, so I can do cash basis, and I'm sure a lot of other people will be wanting to set up a business. You're going to be under that anyway. And it's also called cash accounting, and it's basically you keep a record of sales you've had, expenses as they go out. Not before, not after, as they go out. So with traditional accounting, you do a cash flow, you do a profit and loss, and you do a balance sheet. And these, well, except for the profit and loss. Well, no, actually, you can do a profit and loss after or before. It doesn't generally matter, but usually you do those 3 documents before you've actually got the income in. So it's an estimation. You do a cash flow forecast for a 12-month period of what you estimate your sales to be, what you estimate your costs to be. Whereas with cash accounting, at the end of the tax year, you have already basically done that, and you've done your cash accounting, and you've got all that information accurate to your sales and your expenses. So it's completely accurate. You know you've done it, and then that is how obviously you then input that information into the HMRC tax return. So what you want to do is you want to create a spreadsheet on Excel with what you paid for the item. It's very simple. Michael Taylor, the Only Way is Thrifting, has done a video on an eBay spreadsheet which is similar to the one I use. I basically downloaded his and just adapted it to suit my needs, and I also added a couple of extra columns and stuff. But yeah, he's got a spreadsheet, and that is basically all you need to do, as well as keeping all your records. You need to keep receipts, you need to keep loads of invoices, and basically anything that's going to count towards you as evidence that you are running a business and that you are accurately running it, with regards to how much you're paying for things, how much you're getting in sales, and it builds up evidence. And obviously you print out your eBay sales report, and then that shows that if HMRC are coming to do an audit, then you're in the clear. You've given all the evidence you can give that you are successfully running a business, you're doing it accurately, and you're all above board, and it's fine basically. So you have to keep evidence for your sales and your purchases, and it's just basically to tell HMRC, yes, you're doing this correctly. There's loads more about tax I could say, but I think I'll leave it at that. You need to go on to gov.co.uk or HMRC and read up properly on a valid site, because I can only tell you so much, and I don't want to be rambling at you for 20 minutes. So I hope that answers your question, Ryan. Your personal allowance, as you said there, what is your tax limit? is 10,600. But obviously, as you're a business, or as you want to be a business, there's a lot of other tax considerations to take into account. You may want to get an accountant if it is a bit funny for you. You may not be you may not have an accountant in mind, and you might want to get an accountant yourself. I currently don't, because I've been studying business for about 6 years now, so I can sort of do it fairly well. So I'm okay for the moment. However, maybe as my turnover and sales grow and my expenses get overwhelming or whatever, or I get a lot more expenses and a lot more varied expenses, I may decide to get an accountant. But I'll just go on to one more question before we say goodbye. So Garden Speed asks, loves your videos, can you do a video of after you sold an item on eBay? So the process of after selling an item, like printing packaging slip to keep record for, he says H&M, but I imagine he means HMRC. No, I don't go to H&M, by the way. So yeah, I can do that video for you, that's fine, I'd love to do that. So yeah, that answers that question. But also I'll just basically say how I'm going to do that video. So I'll probably film it today or tomorrow, and I will basically do a sale, orders going out the door video. So I'll show you the items. I will probably then cut the screen, yeah, and then I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I'm not with all this technical jargon. So I'll basically freeze the video. There you go. That's a better word. So I'll freeze the video. I'll get some of them packaged up. I'll then open up the video again. I don't know what these words mean. Anyway, I'll open up the video again to show you the fully packaged items laid out probably on my bed. I'll then put the addresses on. I'll cover up the addresses so you can't see customers' addresses. And I will then, basically put the addresses on the items, put my return address on. I won't show you printing out the addresses and stuff. I'll just basically show you when I put them on, because everyone knows how to print out an address. I may actually show you how I package the items. I'm not sure about that, but I may show you how I package the items. So if I do that, then it's worth a watch if you're just starting out and you want to know how to package items. Generally, I'm not amazing at packaging items, but I'm getting there. I mean, I've been doing this for, 5-6 months now, so I'm getting there. And yeah, so I'll show you the items I've sold. I'll package them up, may show you that on the video, I probably may as well. So then I will put the addresses on, put the return address on, show you how the package looks. And then I just basically put it downstairs, ready to go off to the post office. So anyway, I will see you in the next video. Thumbs up if you liked it. Comment below with your questions for next Thursday's episode. I know this one was a bit boring, but what you're going to do is taxation. I'll be sure to put a funny intro in at the beginning just to lighten it up a bit. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, as I said, don't forget to hit that subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to do loads more on this channel, and I've been getting so much support from all my viewers, so I'm just really thankful of that. I'm just amazed with the amount of comments, questions, thumbs up, subscribers. It's ridiculous. It's just growing really fast. So anyway, yeah, as I say, I'll see you in the next video, which will be a, what did Garden Speed say? He said, sort of an after sales process video. So yeah, see you then.